Hello everyone, let's start the solutions of QA 2024 slot 3 quantitative aptitude. Now let's move on to question number 1. Now what does question number 1 says? The number of all positive integers up to 500 with non-repeating digits. Fair enough. And question doesn't mention that how many digit number we are talking about. So we have to talk about 1-digit numbers, 2-digit numbers, and 3-digit numbers. So how many 1-digit numbers you have till 500? So there are only 9 1-digit numbers, and we are talking about positive integers. So 0 will not be included. Now how many 2-digit numbers we have? So we have this. At first place, there are 10 possibilities, 0 to 9, but 0 cannot appear at the first place. So how many numbers we have? 9. At second place, we have 0 to 9, 10 possibilities, but 1 digit is already here. So how many digits we can place at the second place? That is 9. So how many numbers we are talking about? That is 81. Now, if I talk about 3-digit numbers, so how many 3-digit numbers we have with non-repeating digits? Okay. So at first place, how many possibilities we have? We can have 1, we can have 2, we can have 3, we can have 4. So 4 possibilities are there. Now, why 4? Because we are talking about up to 500. If you place 5 at the first place, the number is going to be greater than 500. So at second place, how many possibilities? Out of 10, 1 digit is here. So remaining are 9. At this place, how many? 8. Okay. So this comes out to be 32 into 9, that is 288. So what are the total numbers we are talking about? That is this. So that is 90 plus 288. So that comes out to be 378. So how many total numbers we are talking about? That is 378. And that's the answer of this question. Now let's move on to question number 2. What does it say? So it says, if a plus b root 3 whole square is equal to this, what is the value of a plus b? Okay, so I'm just opening this. So I am going to say a square plus 3b square plus 2 root 3 ab, and that is equal to 52 plus 30 root 3. Okay, so I can say that this should be equal to this. So I can say 2 root 3 ab, and that is equal to how much? 30 root 3. So from here, I can say that a into b is equal to what? 15. So it can be 1 into 15. It can be 3 into 5. It can be 5 into 3. And it can be 15 into 1. Okay. So 1 square plus 3 into 15 is square. Now this value is not equal to 52. So rejected. 3 square plus 3 into 5 is square. So 5 square is 25 into 3, 75, definitely greater than 52, so rejected. Now this is a is 5, so 25, and 3 into 3 square is 27, so 25 plus 27, is it equal to 52? Yes. So I got the value of a, that is 3, and that is 5. I got the value of b, that is 3. So what is the value of a plus b? That comes out to be 8. So my answer of this question is going to be this. And we can say this number is actually 5 plus 3 root 3 whole square. Now, let's move on to the next question. What does next question says? Question number 3. So question number 3 says, after 2 successive increments, Gopal's salary becomes 187.5% of his initial salary. Okay, so let's say his initial salary is 100. And his final salary is 187.5. Okay. If the successive percentage of salary increase in the second increment was twice the first increment, then the percentage of salary increase in the first increment is what? Fair enough. So I can use it, I can solve it by using variables or something, but I'm not going to do that. I'm simply going to pick up the first option. So if first increment is 25, so 100 becomes 125, then next increment is going to be 50%, right? So next is going to be 50%. And what is 50% of 125? That is 62.5. And that value becomes 187.5. So here my answer is directly going to be option 1. I'm not going to think anything apart from this. So now let's move on to the next one. Now, a regular octagon ABCDEFGH has side length of 6 centimeter each. Okay, so I have this, 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 and this. So this is 6, and all sides are 6. This is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, this is E, this is F, this is G, this is H. Area of square AC. So I'm joining this, then E, then joining this, then G, then I'm joining this. So this has become a square. Okay, and question is talking about what is the area of this. Fair enough. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to extend it, joining like this. Okay. So basically, if this side is, if we talk about regular octagon, so in regular octagon, the total angle that is given to us is 135 degrees. So this angle is 135. So this angle becomes 45. This angle is also going to be 45. So if this side is A, this side is also going to be A. So, so the third side is going to be A root 2, right? And third side is 6. So this A comes out to be, so basically I can say A square plus A square is equal to 6 square. So from here I can directly say that A is going to be 6 upon root 2. Okay. So in this triangle, this side is 6 plus 6 root 2. And this side is, 6 plus 6 upon root 2. And this side is 6 upon root 2. So basically, what is the length of AC? And so basically what I can do, I can just simply use Pythagoras theorem. So that is AC square is equal to 6 plus 6 upon root 2 whole square plus 6 upon root 2 whole square. Right. Now, after that, should I calculate the value of AC? No, because question is talking about area of this. So what is the area of the square? That is AC square itself. So my answer is directly this. So I am just simply going to solve this and see which option matches. So this is A plus B whole square. So this is going to be 36 plus 36 upon 2, that is 18, plus this is going to be uh, 2 into 6 into 6, that is 36 into 2, 72, 72 upon root 2. Okay. And this is simply 18. So 36 plus 18 means it is going to be 72 plus 72 upon root 2. Or I can say 72 plus 36 root 2. So I can simply say 36 common, 2 plus root 2. Do we have any option like this? That is option 1. So my answer of this question is going to be option 1. Now let's move on to the next question. It was pretty easy. Then let's solve this one. What does it say? So it says 3 power A equal to 4, 4 power B equal to 5, 5 power C is equal to this. Okay. So I have 3 power A equal to 4. Okay. Now it says 4 power B equal to 5. Now what is 4? 4 is 3 power A. So I can say that 3 power A power B, and that is equal to 5. So I can say that 3 power AB equal to 5. Okay. Now 5 power C is equal to 6. So from here I can say that 3 power ABC is equal to 6. Okay. Then 6 power D is equal to 7. So from here I can say that 3 power A, B, C, D, and that is equal to 7. Okay. 7 power E is equal to 8. So from here I can say that 3 power A, B, C, D, E is equal to 8. And 8 power F is equal to 9. So that comes out to be 3 power a, b, c, d, e, f is equal to 9. And 9 is actually 3 square. So what is the product of a, b, c, d, e, f? And that is equal to 2. So I can directly say that a, b, c, d, e, f, that is equal to 2. This is pretty easy question. I have written all these things to explain, but after the second term, you can understand that all the powers are eventually going to be multiplied. So after this, you don't need to write anything. You can directly figure out that powers are going to be multiplied only. And eventually they will be equal to 9. So that's how we are going to approach this question in the exam. Now let's move on to the next one. What does it say? Question number 6. So it says that Sam can complete a job in 20 days while working alone. Okay. Mohit is twice as fast as Sam and thrice as fast as Aina. Okay. So let's say efficiency of M is M. Efficiency of Sam is S. So twice as fast means 2S, and thrice as fast as Aina means 3A. And let's say this is equal to 6. So efficient, and why I'm taking 6 is specifically because coefficient of M is 1, coefficient of S is 2, coefficient of A is 3. So I have taken LCM of 1, 2, 3, and that becomes 6. Okay. So I can say that efficiency of M is 6, efficiency of Sam is 3, and efficiency of Aina is 2. Now, Sam can complete a job in 20 days, right? So if Sam can complete a job in 20 days and efficiency of Sam is 3, so I can say that total work is going to be 20. So this is what we, 20 into 3, that is 60. And this is what we have so far. They undertake a job with an arrangement where Sam and Mohit work together on the first day, Sam and Aina on the second day, Mohit and Aina on the third day, and after that pattern repeats. Okay. So Sam and Mohit on the very first day. So they are doing 9 units. Okay. Next day, Sam and Aina. So they are going to do 5 units. Third day, Mohit and Aina. So Mohit and Aina third day, they are going to do 8 units. So in 3 days, how much work is being done? This is going to be 9 plus 5, 14 plus 8, 22. In next 3 days, how much work is going to be done? 22. Okay. So 22 plus 22, 44. Now, how much work is remaining? 16. Right. So, if I talk about next one day, so this is 9 units. So this is going to be 53. Then 8 units, 5 units, 53, 58, 2 units. 2 units means it is going to be, last date is going to be 2 units. Okay. Now, what question is saying? Question is saying that what fraction of the total work is done by Sam? So out of 60, how much Sam is doing? Okay. So on the first day, Sam is working. So Sam is going to do 3 units. On the next day, Sam is working. Sam is going to do 3 units. Okay. So Sam has done 6 units out of 22. 6. On the very next day, Sam is doing how much? 6 units. Out on this day, Sam is working. So how much he is going to do? 6 units. On this day, Sam is working. How much he is going to do? 6 units. So how much Sam is doing? Sam is going to do 24 units out of how much? 60. Right. So it is going to be 6, 6, 18. Oh, I'm sorry. This is going to be 3 units. This is going to be 3 units. So it is total going to be 18 units. 18 units out of how much? 60. So how much Sam is actually going to do? That is 3 by 10 of the total work. So answer of this question is going to be option 1. That is 3 upon 10. Now, let's move on to the next one. What does it says? Question number 7. Now, let's see what does it says. The number of distinct real values of x that satisfies the equations. Okay. Now, this is a very different type of question. We haven't seen these kind of questions in CAT before. So now let's see what kind of approach we are going to take. So basically, I'm going to start it from the right-hand side, not from the left-hand side. So the critical points are going to be between -2 and 2. Okay. So in this range, both are going to be negative. In this range, this will be positive, this will be negative. In this range, both going to be positive. right? Now basically what does it mean, the maximum function and minimum function? Maximum of x minus 2 means if x is 5 and this is 2, this is 2, right? So this function is going to take a value of 5. So whichever value is higher between x and 2, this function takes that value. Minimum function means whichever value is lower between x and 2, this function this function takes that value, right? So I am just going to start with the conditions that if x is less than minus 2, okay, then what will happen? This will be negative. So I am going to get minus of x plus 2. This will also be negative. So negative negative is going to be positive of x minus 2. And now if this is less than 2, less than minus 2, so x is less than minus 2 and this is 2. So which value is higher? Definitely 2. If x is less than minus 2 and this is 2, which value is smaller? Definitely x. So 2 minus x. Okay. So this comes out to be x minus 2 plus x minus 2, and that is equal to 2 minus x. Fair enough. X cancels out. So from here, I can say that x is equal to 6. Now, should I take this value? Definitely not. Why? Because our original condition was x is less than minus 2. Okay. Now, so basically, I'm not going to get any value. So this value is rejected. Now, I am going to take the values in this range. So this is positive. This is negative. So I'm going to get x lies between minus 2 and 2. So it is going to be x plus 2 minus minus plus x minus 2, and that is equal to definitely x lies between minus 2 and 2. So higher value is going to be 2, and here smaller value is going to be x. Okay. So what I'm going to do, 2 cancels out. So I'm going to get 3x equal to 2. So x comes out to be 2 upon 3. Does it lie between minus 2 and 2? Yes. So I'm going to get one value. Now, if x is greater than 2, then this is positive as well as this is positive. So I am going to get x plus 2 minus x minus 2. And if x is greater than 2, then between x and 2, which value is greater? X. Now here, which value is smaller? That is 2. Okay. So I can say that 2 cancels out. Sorry, x cancels out. So I'm going to get 2 plus 2, 4 minus x is equal to minus 2. So from here, I can say that x equal to 6. Is it greater than 2? Yes. So how many values of x we are getting? 2 values. Now the thing is, if I'm going to get this kind of question in the exam, and if this is new to me, I'm not even going to solve this question. I'm just going to look at this question and I'm going to leave this question. So this is that kind of question that you need to have a very thorough knowledge about mod and maximum minimum function, and then only you can take it forward. Now let's move on to the next one. A train traveled at a certain distance at a uniform speed. Okay, so let's say speed of the train is s and it takes t time. Had the speed been 6 km per hour low, so if speed is 6 s plus 6, okay, it would have taken this. Okay, had the speed been 6 km per hour less, okay, then time would have been 6 hours more. Okay. So if I talk about, and in all the cases, distances are same. So this. So if you see between s minus 6 and s, there is a difference of 6. S and s plus 6, there is a difference of 6, right? So I need a number that is multiple of 3 numbers that have a difference of 6, right? 640, is it visible? Is it visibly product of 3 numbers that are multiple of uh, that are at a distance of 6? I don't know. 800 is multiple of 40, multiple of 20, multiple of 8. I can't see. 780 is multiple of 13 into 60. It is multiple of 6. It is multiple of 12. It's not multiple of 18. Okay. 720 is definitely multiple of 6, 12, 18, 30. So let's start with this option. Okay. So 720, I'm just starting with 18. 18 into 40. Okay. 24 into 30. Then 30 into 24. 36 into 20. Okay. Fine. So the middle value is this. So S is 30 into 24. Okay. If speed increases by 6, so 36 into 20. Okay. Then it can be said as speed decreased by 6, so 24 into 30, time increased by 6. So if you see speed increased by 6, time decreased by 4, fair enough. Speed decreased by 6, time increased by 6, fair enough. So all the conditions are satisfied in this question. So my answer of this question is going to be 4. Now, if you don't, if it doesn't click you, then what is the approach? So basically, this is the total distance, this is the total distance, this is the total distance, and all three distances are same because train is traveling from one point to another point. So I am going to say ST is equal to S plus 6 into T minus 4. That is my first equation. So I am going to multiply and ST will be cancelled out. So I am going to get one equation in S and T. The second is going to be ST is equal to S minus 6 into T plus 6. Now from here I am going to get the second question between S and T. ST will be cancelled out. Now I can solve both the equations and get the value of S, get the value of T, and get the answer. But should I do this? Generally, I think hidden trial would do, and that would be a little faster approach. Now let's move on to the next one. Question number 9. For any non-zero real number, fx plus this, what is the sum of all the values of x for which fx equal to 3? Fair enough. So I have fx plus 2 times f of 1 upon x, and that is equal to 3x. I am going to replace x by 1 by x. So I am going to get f of 1 by x plus 2f of x is equal to 3x. 3 into 1 by x. Okay. Now I need fx. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to multiply this equation by 2. So I'm going to get 4fx plus 2f of 1 by x, and that is equal to 6 upon x. Okay. Now my first equation was fx plus 2f of 1 by x, that is equal to 3x. Subtract. This cancels out, so I am going to get 3fx is equal to 6 upon x minus 3x. So 3, this comes out to be 2, this is cancels out, and the question is saying fx equal to 3. Fair enough. So I'm just simply going to put fx equal to 3, and 3 is equal to 2 upon x minus x. So that is going to be 3 is equal to 2 minus x square upon x. So I can say that 3x is equal to 2 minus x square. So I'm going to get x square plus 3x minus 2, and that's equal to 0. Now question is saying sum of all possible values. So basically question is talking about sum of the roots of this equation. So what is the sum of roots of a quadratic equation? That is minus b upon a. So sum of the sum of all possible values is equal to minus 3. So answer of this question is going to be option 1, that is minus 3. Now let's move on to the next one. Question number 10. Number of distinct integer solutions of this. Okay. So if I am going to draw the graph, so in this question, if you simply draw the graph, you don't have to do anything. You are directly going to get the number of integral points in this. So this corner point is going to be 1, 1, because this is 2. This point is going to be minus 1, plus 1, minus 1. This point is going to be minus 1, minus 1. And this point is going to be minus 1, 1. So how many integral points we are going to get? 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. This is 6. This is 7. This is 8. So how many integral points we are going to get? 8. This is very straightforward. This point is going to be 1 comma 0. This point is going to be minus 1 comma 0. This point is going to be 0 comma 1. This point is going to be 0 comma minus 1. And this graph is very standard graph. So I think everyone should know this graph, and mod of x plus mod of y equal to a graph, and more likely you are going to get the answer of these kind of questions very easily and very fast. Now let's move on to the next question. What does it say? Question number 11. In a group of 250 students, the percentage of girls was at least 44% and at most 60%. Okay. So there are 250 students. Girls are 44%. So 44% of 250 is 110. Then the number of boys is going to be 150. The girls can be 60% as well. So 60% of 250 is 150. So boys can be 100. So the range of girls is this. The range of boys is this. Okay. The rest of the students were boys. Okay, that's the point. And the number of students, each student opted for either swimming or running. Okay, or both. Okay, so this is a question of set theory. 50% of boys and 80% girls opted for swimming, while 70% of boys and 60% girls opted for running. Okay, so if I talk about among the boys, so among the boys, let's say there are B boys, right? I don't know the exact value. So out of, there are, how many boys are there? 100% boys. This is swimming and this is running. 50% are opting for swimming. 70% are opting for running. And total sum is 100%. So what is this value? Intersection comes out to be 20%, right? Because 50 plus 70, 120. So intersection should be 20%. This is for boys. If I talk about girls, so again, I have swimming. Then I have running. 80% girls opted for swimming. 60% opted for running. So 80 plus 60 is going to be 140%. So this value comes out to be 40%. Intersection, because total is 100% of the girls. Okay. So what is the intersection? Intersection is 20% of the boys and 40% of the girls. This is the total intersection value we have. And question is talking about maximum and minimum possible value who opted for both. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm simply going to, first I'm going to take this arrangement, 110 and 140. Second, I'm going to take this arrangement and see which option matches. Okay. So 20% of boys, so in this case, I'm going to get 28. 40% of the girls, I'm going to get 44. So both are going to be 72. That is my first arrangement. Okay. Now, what is the second arrangement? 20% of boys, that is 20. 40% of girls is 40% of 150, that is going to be 60. So both can be 80. So I know that maximum in, so both lies between 72 and 80. So in that case, my answer of this question is going to be option 2, that is 72 and 80. Now, let's move on to the next question. What does it say? Question number 12. The average of 3 distinct real numbers is 28. Okay. So basically, sum of the 3 numbers is going to be 84. So I can say A, B, C is equal to 84. A is the smallest, B is the middle, C is the largest. Okay. The smallest number increased by 7. So the smallest number increased by 7. Okay. Largest number decreased by 10. Okay. So C minus 10. So this comes out to be A plus B plus C is 84, and there is a total decrement of sum is 3. So this comes out to be 81. Fair enough. Now the new arithmetic mean. So average becomes 27 because sum of all 3 numbers is 81. So basically average becomes 27. Now new arithmetic mean means that is 27 is 2 more than the middle number. It means it is directly saying that B is 25. The arrangement in new arrangement, average becomes 21 it at 27, and that is 2 more than the middle number. It means middle number should be 25. While the difference between the largest and the smallest number becomes 64. Okay. So largest number is what? C minus 10. Smallest number is what? A plus 7. And this difference is what? 64. Fair enough. So I can say that C minus A minus 17 is equal to 64. So basically it says that C minus A, that is equal to what? 81. So we got C minus A equal to 81. Fair enough. Now B is 25. So from the first equation, I can say that A plus C should be equal to 59. Right. So I am saying that C plus A equal to 59. If I add both the numbers, so I'm going to get 2C is equal to 140. That gives me C is equal to 70. And question is talking about the largest number of the original set, and that is 70. So answer of this question becomes 70. Now, let's move on to the next question. What does it say? Question number 13. Gopi marks a price on the product to make 20% profit. Okay. Now, if you see, this is an actual number. So I'm going to assume that cost price is 100x. He marks up by 20%. So mark price becomes 120x. Okay. Ravi gets 10% discount. So 10% of 120. So Ravi get a discount of 12x. Okay. Thus saves 15 rupees. So I can say, so basically, finally, he's selling it 108x. So 12x equal to 15. Okay. Then the profit made by Gopi is how much? So profit made is 8x and 12x is 15. So what is the value of 8x? So basically 8x is 2/3 of 15. So 8x is 2/3 of 12x. So this should be 2/3 of 15. So that comes out to be 10. So my answer of this question is directly going to be option 1. This is fairly easy. Now let's move on to the next one. What does it say? Question number 14. For some constant, the real number p, k, and a, consider the following linear thing. Okay. In the necessary condition that it has no solution. So if I have a a1x plus b1y, if I have linear pairs, and it says that or plus c1 equal to 0 or equal to c1 won't make a difference. a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. So what is the condition for no solution? That is a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2, and that's not equal to c1 upon c2. Okay, so here I can say that p upon 3 is equal to minus 4 upon k, and that's not equal to 2 upon a. So I'm just taking this and this. So this tells me pk is equal to minus 12. So pk plus 12 is equal to 0. Okay, and it says not 0, so rejected. Okay, now take this and this. So this says ap is not equal to 6. So ap plus 6 equal to 0. No. ap minus 6 equal to 0. No, not possible. This I don't know. This again not necessary. It may be a condition or not necessary. So my answer directly becomes this. Anyhow, let's check with this and this. So that is going to be minus 4a is not equal to 2k. This is 2. So minus 2a is not equal to k. So I can say that 2a plus k is not equal to 0, and that is a necessary condition for this. So my answer of this question becomes option 3. And this is a very easy and very standard question. We have seen these kind of questions before. Now let's move on to the next one. Question number 15. What does it say? The midpoint of sides AB, BC, and AC in triangle ABC are M and B. Okay. So I am going to have a triangle. This is a triangle A, this is a triangle B, this is a triangle C. The midpoint of AB is M. BC is N, and AC is P. Okay, and this is the triangle we are getting. Okay. The medians are drawn from ABC intersect MP MN. Okay. So basically these are midpoints. So this is a midpoint theorem thing, right? So basically this is so this line, if I join the midpoints, this line is definitely going to be parallel to this. So triangle AMP is going to be similar to triangle ABC, where side ratio is 1:2. So ratio of areas is going to be 1/4. So this is 1/4 of the area, this is 1/4 of the area, this is 1/4 of the area. So this is what we have. Okay. Now, what does it says? I am joining a median. Okay. Then the second median. Then the third median. Okay. And these intersects MP, MP at X, MN at Y, and this at Z. Okay. So basically, this is definitely going to be midpoint. So I am joining a triangle. I'm joining the midpoints of a triangle. So this area becomes 1/4, this area becomes 1/4, this area becomes 1/4. So remaining 1/4 will be this area, right? So what is the area of triangle MNP? That is going to be 1/4 of area of triangle ABC. So how much it is going to be? 1/4 of 1440. So that comes out to be how much? 360. Now I'm talking about MNP. Now this is the midpoint, this is the midpoint, this is the midpoint. What is going to happen now? Again, I can say that area of triangle XYZ will also be 1/4 of this triangle. So basically, what is 1/4 of this triangle? That is 1/4 of 360. So this area is directly going to be 90 square centimeters. So my answer of this question is going to be 90. Now, let's move on to the next question. Question number 16. What does it say? A certain amount of water was poured in 300-liter container and remaining portion of the container was filled with milk. Okay. So, okay, and it was removed twice as earlier. Fair enough. So what is happening? I have 300-liter container, and out of that, some percent of water was there, right? Some percentage of milk, some percent of water was there. So I'm not solving this with 300 liters. Let me start with 100 liter. So out of 100 liter, there was some water, right? There was some water and some milk. Okay. So if I look at this question, I am rephrasing this whole question. If you read this question very slowly, I am rephrasing this question and completely. I have 100-liter pure milk. I am replacing it by some quantity, right? What quantity? Let's say X. Okay. Then what happened? I am replacing it by twice of that quantity, right? So 2x by 100, right? And that becomes 72, right? So basically, from 100 to 72, there is successive change, and one change is twice of the second change. How I'm going to get it? So can I say 10% decrement means 0.9, then 20% decrement, that is 0.8. Then can I say it is 72? Yes. It means in the first increment, I have taken out 10 liters of solution. In the second uh, 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 exchange, how much solution I have taken out? That is 20 liter of solution. And final amount of milk is going to be 72. So in the first exchange, so if I talk about initial arrangement, so in initial arrangement, how much water is going to be there? That is 10% of total. So and total quantity is 300. So what is the quantity I'm talking about? 10% of 300 is going to be 30 liters. So my answer of this question is going to be 30 liters directly. Otherwise, if you want to solve it by using some arrangement, then what is going to happen? You have 300 liters of this, Out of that, how much water you have? X liters water. And how much milk you have? 300 minus X. Right. So initial quantity of milk is 300 minus X. You are replacing it by how much? That is 2x. Initial quantity of water was that. So 2x by 300, and then uh, twice the quantity of water, and that is going to be 72% of 300. So that is going to be 216. Now solve this equation, get the value of x, you will get the answer. But should you do this? I'm not sure. It should be done like this. Now let's move on to the next question. What does it say? Is question number 17. Rajesh and Vimal own 20 hectare and 30 hectare of agricultural. Okay. So I have Rajesh, I have Vimal. Rajesh is 20, Vimal is 30, which are entirely covered by wheat and mustard crops. So I have wheat, mustard in both. The cultivation area for wheat and mustard land owned by Vimal are in the ratio of 5 is to 3. So 5 wheat and mustard, so 5 by 8 of 30. Okay. So 5 by 8 of 30 is going to be, Vimal has 30. Okay, so 5 by 8 of 30 is going to be 150 divided by 8. And it is going to be 90 divided by 8. Okay. The total cultivation or area of wheat and mustard. Oh, so total area is 11 is to 9. So what is the total area we are talking about? That is 50. Out of 50, how much is wheat? That is 11 upon 20 of 50. Okay. So let's say this is x, this is y. So 11 upon 20 of 50. So that is going to be how much? 2.5. So 2.5 is going to be 27.5. So wheat area is 27.5. So mustard area is going to be 22.5. Okay. So, okay, let's solve this. So 150 upon 8 is going to be 1.25 less. So 18.75. Okay. So out of total wheat area owned by Vimal is 18.75. Total wheat area is 27.5. So how much is the wheat area? That is going to be this minus this. That is going to be 7.5. 7.5 plus 1.25. So that is going to be 8.75. Okay, so this is 8.75. So what is this area is going to be? That area is going to be 11.25. Now question is saying cultivation of this, that is 8.75 is to 11.25. Now this is going to be 7 is to 9. So my answer of this question is going to be option 3. That is 7 is to 9. Now let's move on to the next question. What does it say? Okay. Consider the sequence this, and what does it say? Okay. And the question is talking about T2, T4, T6, and so on. And it is talking about this. Okay. So T2 is given to us as -1. So what is the value of T4? T4 is equal to 4 minus 3, that is 1, upon 4 minus 1, that is 3, into -1. So this value is going to be what? -1 upon 3. Fair enough. If I'm talking about T6, T6 is 6 minus 3 is 3, upon 6 minus this is 5, into -1 by 3, that is T4. So this comes out to be -1 by 5. Fair enough. If I talk about T8, that is going to be how much? That is 5 upon 7 into -1 by 5. So this value becomes how much? -1 upon 7. Okay. So if I talk about 1 upon T2, that comes out to be -1. 1 upon T4, that comes out to be -3. If I talk about 1 upon T6, that comes out to be minus 5. If I talk about 1 upon t8, so that comes out to be minus 7. So basically, if I look at this series, so this series is minus 1, minus 3, minus 5, minus 7, up to minus 2023. So I am going to talk about this 1 plus 3 plus 5 up to 2023. So, and these are odd numbers, all odd numbers. So 1 to 2024. So 1 to 2024, there are 2024 numbers. Now, how many numbers are odd? 1012. How many numbers are even? 1012. So basically, I can say from here to here, 1 2 odd numbers are there. So what is the sum of all those numbers? So this is an AP. So average of AP is first term plus last term divided by 2 into number of terms. That is 1012. So this becomes minus 1012 whole square. So this is a square. So basically this should be ending with 4, and there is only one option ending with 4. So that is going to be option 3. So my answer of this question is going to be option 3. That is minus 102414. Now let's move on to the next one. Question number 19. What does it say? So it says 10 power 68 divided by 13. What is the remainder? Fair enough. So if you do not know any theorem in such kind of question, so what is the approach we should take? We should make a pattern, right? It can be solved by Euler's theorem, or it can be solved by your Fermat's theorem. But if you don't know any of those theorems, so without those theorems, what should be the approach? So I'm making a pattern. 10 divided by 13, remainder is 10. So basically, whenever you have a question of remainder, so what is the general approach? Just replace the number by the remainder itself, right? So 10 square. 10 square is 100. 100 divided by 19, remainder is 9. Then I'm talking about 10 cube. So 10 cube is 10 square into 10, right? So 10 square is 9, and 10 is 10. So 90 divided by 13, remainder is 12. Okay. Then 10 power 4. So 10 power 4 is 12 into 10, that is 120. So remainder becomes 3. Okay. 10 power 5. 10 power 5 is 3 into 10 is going to be 30. 30 means remainder is 4. And 10 power 6, 40 divided by 13 is going to be 1. So we make a pattern until unless we get a remainder of 1. Okay. So basically, I know that at 10 power 6, my remainder is 1. So 10 power 68 can be written as 10 power 6 power 11 into 10 power 2. So at this remainder is 1, 10 power 2 remainder is 9. So 1 into 9, my remainder is going to be 9. So answer of this question is going to be option 2. Now let's move on to the next question, question number 20. Now what does it say? What is the approach we are going to take? Okay. So let's say this number is t, sum of all distinct values. Okay. So t plus 4 upon t is equal to 81 upon 2. Okay. So t square plus 4 is equal to 81 t. So I'm taking t common in the LCM and multiplying with t. So I am going to get 2t square plus 8 and that is equal to 81t. So I can say 2t square minus 81t plus 8 and that is equal to 0. Now question is saying sum of all possible values. So what is the sum of all possible values? I can say it is sum of the roots itself. Now what is the sum of roots? That is 81 upon 2. So alpha plus beta, and that is equal to this, right? So can I solve this? Okay, so let's solve this itself. So this is what is the approach? So okay, so all the sum of all 10 power alpha plus 10 power beta and that is equal to 81 by 2. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Okay, now what is the approach we are going to take further? Uh, this alpha, okay, sorry, it shouldn't be alpha plus beta, it should be t1 plus t2. That is equal to 10 plus 10 power x1 plus 10 power x2, that is equal to 81 upon 2. Fair enough. Now let's talk about product of roots, that is t1 into t2, and that is equal to c upon a, that is 8 upon 2. So this comes out to be 4. So 10 power x1 into 10 power x2, and that is equal to 4. So from here I can say that x1 10 power x1 plus x2, and that is equal to 4. Right. So now how we are going to solve it? Now if you see, all the options are in log. So take log on both sides on base 10. So I am going to get log base 10, 10 power x1 plus x2, and that is equal to log base 10, 4. Okay, so that is going to be x1 plus x2 log 10 base 10, and that is equal to 1 itself. That is equal to, I can say, log 4 is 2 square, so this becomes 2 log 2. So is it there in the option? Yes, that is option 4. So answer of this question becomes option 4. Okay, now let's move on to the next question, question number 21. Now, let's see this question. What does it says? I'm going to invest 4,000 in a bank at a certain rate of interest compounded annually. If the ratio of the value of investment after 3 years, the value of investment after 5 years is this. Okay, so after 3 years, the amount is going to be 4,000 into 1 plus r by 100 power 3. Okay, here I'm going to say it is 4,000 1 plus r by 100 power 5. So after 3 years and 5 years, the amount becomes 5 by 6 whole square. Okay. So the ratio of amount that is given to us. Okay. 4,000 cancels out. This cube cancels out with the square. Okay. So I can say 1 upon 1 plus r by 100. That is equal to 5 by 6. So I can say 1 plus r by 100 is equal to 6 by 5. So it I can say that rate of interest is 20%. Now the question is saying that amount exceeds by 20,000 means amount should be greater than 5 times, right? So basically, if you are investing 1 rupee and after how much time it becomes greater than 5, right? So this is what we are talking about. So after 1 year, 1 becomes 1.2. 2 years, it becomes 1.44, right? After 4 years, sorry, after 2 years, this. Okay, after 4 years, after 4 years, then it is going to be square of this, right? So after 4 years, it is going to be close to 2.1 or 2.2, something like this. I'm just guessing. So it is after 4 years, my amount is going to be this. After then, I'm just squaring the numbers, right? So this is this after 2 years, after 1 year, after 2 years, after 4 years. So after 8 years, it is going to be 4.41 or something like this, right? Now 20% of this number itself is going to be 0.8, right? So in the ninth year, amount definitely going to exceed uh, 5, right? So how many years it is going to take to exceed 20,000? That is going to be 9. So if you are in any confusion in the exam, just do one thing, keep on multiplying 1.2, 1.2, 1.2, and see in how many years the value becomes greater than 5, and you will get the answer. So here I'm approximating, but when you are going to solve this kind of question in the exam, I know everyone will be scared of approximating the value. So what your job is, just keep on multiplying with 1.2, 1.2, 1.2, and see how many times you are multiplying with 1.2 and your value becomes greater than 5. So in that case, your answer is going to be 9. Now, let's solve question number 22. What does it says? It says that a circular plot is divided into two regions by a chord length 10 root 3. Okay. And the chord subtends an angle of 120. The chord length is 10 root 3 and it subtends an angle of 120 degree on the center. So this angle is 120. The area in the, so basically question is talking about this region, and this length is given to us as 10 root 3. And this angle is given to us as 120. I am joining vertex to midpoint. Okay. So if this is 120, so this is going to be 60, this is going to be 90, this is going to be 30. Opposite to 30, now this is total 10 root 3, so this is going to be 5 root 3. So opposite to 60, you have 5 root 3. So opposite to 30, you are going to have 5, and opposite to 90, you are going to have 10. And we can see that in 30, 60, 90 triangle, this is 30, this is 60, and this is 90. In 30, 60, 90 triangle, ratio of sides is 1 root 3. Sorry, it is going to be x root 3 and 2x. I'm using this concept to calculate the sides, and this is 10. So I need to find out this area. So how we can calculate this area? That is, we can just calculate the area of the total sector minus this triangle, and we'll get the answer. So what is the sector area? That is theta by 360, means 120 upon 360, that is 1 by 3 into pi into r square, that is 10 into 10, 100. Okay. So so this area becomes 100 pi by 3 minus area of this triangle. So what I can say, area of this triangle into 2. So that is going to be 2 into 1 by 3, 1 by 2 into base, that is 5 into 5 root 2, 5 into 5 root 3. So this 2 comes cancels out. So minus 25 root 3. Okay, so here I can take 25 common, 4 pi by 3 minus root 3. 25 common, 4 pi by 3 minus root 3. So here answer of this question is going to be option 2, that is this. And that's how we are going to solve this question. And with this, all the solutions are done. Thank you.